Lately, I've been feeling the energy of change. I want to change my wardrobe. I want to rearrange my house. I want to switch things up with what I am creating. I am in the energy of becoming new. I feel a lot of the evolution of what I've been working on coming into fruition, and I think a change is gonna come. Oh, I think a change would do you good. Change is gonna come. I don't know the word. I'm in the season of wanting to rearrange the furniture of my life. And it's not out of chaos, it's out of devotion to my evolution. My soul is louder than the noise around me. Hallelujah. And it's saying, hey, you're ready for your next evolution. Your nervous system has been so regulated. A lot of those dreams you have been visioning just might now be here for reality. So much of our resistance to change has nothing to do with the change itself, and more to do with if we feel ready to receive it. And I am in my receiving era. When your body starts to feel that it's safe to change, to expand, to grow, to stretch, it's no longer afraid of change. When your body is in this space, change feels like freedom. Change feels like a welcoming home to a version of you you have been working towards. For so many years of being a caregiver, change meant something bad. Change meant something was getting worse with Steve. Change sometimes meant there was a new nurse that I had to train everything to. And after Steve passed, I made a drastic change by moving to the mountains, but my body was in fight or flight. And as much as I was leaning into the change that was the stillness of nature and the healing hugs that I received from that land and the mountains and the rivers, I also didn't feel quite ready to be in this expansive place into where I am now. And even making the big change to come back to the city, there's been a lot of ways in which I will dance with change. I'm obsessed with cutting my hair. But all of a sudden, there is a new energy bursting inside of me. Perhaps it has something to do with the happenings of the planets because there's a lot going on. It's feeling like I am ready. I'm building big things. I have big plans. I have big visions. Now that this change is coming up, it's bubbling up with this creative energy, this sort of restlessness, this urgency, I'm welcoming it. I speak a lot on capacity, and it's because it's something that I've done a lot of personal work around, and it's something that I work a lot with my clients with. But for me, I have worked on my capacity because I want to always be able to be present with my clients. And so as I'm building my caseload and building the way in which I'm going to come and do in-person things, and I have a new online thing, which I'll tell you about, I'm starting to see myself as having the capacity. And that is a very welcome change. My nervous system is feeling so at peace and so in the flow with all of this expansiveness and growth and all of the new clients coming to me because my efforts are working. Thank you. And people are finding me. My nervous system feels ready for it. What a beautiful thing. My capacity is ready for it. I told an old friend that I caught up with recently that I had this intuitive feeling that I was ready for something more, that I was ready for big things. And if you had asked me that right after Steve passed, even as much as a year ago, I wouldn't have really felt that intuition of, hey, I'm ready. So in my body to feel so, hi, it's all happening. I am 100% certain that this expansive, I want to change everything energy is because I've been repatterning so much within inside of me to heal, to grow, to hold space, to feel that embodiment of, oh, I can do this. I can do all these things that I'm dreaming of. That's why I'm bursting at the seams. When your nervous system feels safe, your soul speaks so clearly. You can't deny the things that are coming up to the surface are for you because you feel it in your body and your nervous system isn't like, too much, mayday, mayday. I don't want to do all that work. Too much change. When you repattern and rewire so much that these big ideas just excite you, that's when you should be celebrating. The work is working, honey. Our nervous systems were created to keep you alive, not necessarily for the excitement. But as you learn to regulate and you do somatic practices to move some of the things out, but as you expand your window of tolerance to live in the unfamiliar, which can sometimes be uncomfortable, that's where the expansion comes. When I feel called to something now, I trust it. I remember when I felt called to leave the mountains 2 years prior to leaving, I didn't have that same faith within myself or the capacity yet. Much like when I first moved to the mountains, I had this vision of wanting to do retreats and workshops and in-person things. And my body said, boop, I'm not ready. Guess who's ready? I'm ready. I have done so much work, so much practice, so much meditating, so much crying, so much stretching, so much yelling, so much running and walking and hiking and breathing and escaping and coming back and coming back and coming back a million times, rewiring, returning the presence over and over and over again. Because somewhere deep inside, that calling wouldn't let me give up on it. It's all happening. Really excited. I'm creating an online offering. It's going to be every Wednesday evening for the month of July. This idea came to me one day. My friend and I were working at a Switchyards, and I sort of just looked at him and said, hey, I have these 5 themes that I've been thinking about in my own personal journey that have helped me feel so embodied and create space for this expansiveness. And I want to offer it online. He suggested I pull out my computer and I just type it all out. And I allowed it just to flow out. And what came out of me is something very special. It's going to be called the Creative Embodiment Collective. Creativity is my biggest muse. Honestly, everything I do has a bit of a creative flavor to it. Getting dressed in the morning, wanting to rearrange my house, picking flowers and putting them in bouquets, art that I make, the way in which I write, the way in which I want to express myself, the way in which I work with my clients. It's very intuitive, but it's also very creative. I wanted to be able to take something that's so near and dear to me and has been such a tool for all of my healing and expansiveness and growth and readiness and aliveness and juiciness and sensuousness. Embodiment has been a huge thing for me because I'm a dreamer. At the end of the day, I also need to be a doer. Action is so important. Embodied action and knowing the direction in which I'm going and having a focus, it has meant so much to me. It's literally changed my life for the better. My life is so vibrant and alive, aware of the chaos going on in the world, and I can hold space for a lot of people's struggles and pain, and also help us all remember to tap into joy and creativity and to remember that as life is sort of falling apart, we have to also be building. A world has felt like it's opened up to me because I am sure of where I'm going. I see the vision very clearly, and I'm showing up in it, and I'm showing up in the energy of I am supposed to be here. I am the one who's been given this vision. I am going to be the one who can make this vision come into life. I'm really enjoying being in this yummy space of rich creativity and just trusting the ideas coming to me and knowing they'll come through me and knowing that I'm going to be able to bring them to y'all. Everybody who is meant to hear the message that I'm going to be bringing to people already knows it's going to be for them. You are also feeling this urgency for change and this desire to just feel so alive and in touch with yourself and your vision and to be able to see it and to learn to embody it. There's a lot of practices. There's a lot of creative things we're going to do together. I'm just so excited. There's so much I'm going to be fitting into 2 hours every Wednesday from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time for the month of July. So if you're feeling this energy, to create a vision for your life, if you are feeling called to build some capacity, if you're just feeling it in your body, like you need to either clear something or visualize something, and you need a space that's going to be a safe space to create that, you should join us. The more you control where your attention goes, where your awareness goes, where your energy goes, the more you're going to be able to invest into the life you want. Whatever it is you have to decide it. And you have to create space for it. My body has returned to enoughness. My body has returned to, I'm ready. I have the space. I have the capacity. Imagine the capacity you would have if your nervous system knew that you knew how to make it feel safe. I want your nervous system to sigh with relief and your brain to be awakened with possibility, and you to feel this energy of, make all the changes and make all the things happen, and things are going to grow and be big and going to be so amazing, and it's going to be as beautiful as this big peony. Let your life bloom as beautifully as me. If your body, mind, soul all felt ready to hold more, what would you change? What would you try? What would you create? What would want to come through you? And if you are feeling called and you know there's some work you need to do, what's stopping you? The reason I created the Creative Embodiment Collective is because I wanted to have a space online, because right now I'm building so much in person. I get a lot of messages from people really wishing they could come to one of my group experiences, but they're not local. And so when this idea just came flowing out of me, it felt really important that it be for everyone. I want to create a space in my home that feels like home for you, so that I can welcome you home to your body, so that you can feel so safe and regulated that any single vision, calling, dream, whatever is in you, you can build the capacity. You can clear whatever's blocking you. You can rewrite your old stories that are in your way of seeing how capable you are. You can learn to embody the version of yourself you need to be for that. I got you. I got all the tips. I got all the journal prompts. I got all the activities. I got all the movements. I got all the space. I got it all. I got it all. I got it all. So by the time it comes to that in July, my space will be rearranged. I've roped my friend in, and idea, I'm going to turn it into a YouTube video in and of itself. Yeah. Yep. If you're seeing this, you already know it's for you. You already know you're being called for more. Ooh, ooh. This is how we know familiarity doesn't equal highest alignment. Think about a person who was raised in an abusive household. They got so used to the chaos, to the trauma, that when they get into a relationship and this person shows red flags that it's going to be very much similar experience, they don't immediately run away because it's familiar. It feels comfortable. Most of our healing happens out of our comfort zone. It happens with making changes and leaning into the call for something to be different. And understanding the patterns that have been given to us, the patterns we're repeating because they're just what's wired, the way we've been conditioned, and repatterning. Your best life is one change, one decision away. When people ask me how I got to this place of feeling healed, I said it was just one choice at a time. Just like the whole phrase of one step at a time. It's one decision at a time. Friendly reminder. In order to welcome change, your brain doesn't actually need certainty. your brain needs is safety. It needs to know that you trust yourself to have the capacity to handle whatever comes up from it. Is that you believe in yourself, that you can make a great big leap, and wherever you land, you're going to find your feet, take the next steps, and be okay. Oh, how much I want that for everybody. I want everyone to feel safe in their own body.